Imagine you find a secret map. It does not lead to treasure, fame, or unlimited pizzas. I mean, not directly, but instead, it promises guaranteed growth in money, career, health, you name it. But there's a catch. There's only one key to unlock it, and without that key, all your hard work, time, and effort vanish into thin air. And no, it's not luck. It's also not some ancient secret passed down by wise monks on mountain. It's actually very simple. It's called consistency. And if you don't have this, well, you're pretty much just chasing your tail. And in this video, I'll explain and prove it to you why does it matter and why this is that one solution to almost every dream anyone's chasing for. But before we dive into this treasure map of wisdom, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell because even YouTube algorithm needs a little consistency to show you my videos. And I promise not to spam your feed with cat videos. Here's the harsh truth. No matter how hard you work, how much money you pour into something, or how many sleepless nights you survive on caffeine and regret, none of it matters if one thing is missing. It's consistency. And nobody talks about it because, let's be honest, it's not sexy, but it is essential. You want to build a solid career, you have to be consistent over a long time. You want a strong investment portfolio? Well, consistency is your best friend. You want six-pack abs? Well, my friend, consistency is the only diet and the ab workout you need. Okay, maybe some crunches while being in caloric deficit too, but you get the point. Starting with consistency in investing. Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money. Because who doesn't like the idea of making more of it? Unless, of course, you are already a millionaire, in which case, thanks for watching and can I borrow some money and never give it back to you? Now, here's the thing most people get wrong about investing. They treat the stock market like a casino, throwing in money like they're betting on a horse named Get Rich Quick. Well, that's a fake horse and it doesn't exist. Instead, real investing, is not flashy or exciting most of the time. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. Not thrilling, but if you don't do it consistently, you're gonna lose something very important. Your teeth. So what should you do? Enter the superhero of investing strategies, dollar cost averaging. Sounds fancy, but actually it's very simple. Here's how it works. Instead of dumping all your money into the market at once like some kind of Wall Street cowboy, you invest small, regular amounts over time. A little bit every week or every month, no matter if the prices are up or down. Why does this work? Because when prices are high, your money buys fewer shares. But when prices drop, you scoop up more for the same amount of cash. Over time, this smooths out the highs and lows and you avoid that I bought at the peak and now I live in regret feeling. Here's the thing though, this strategy is not going to make you rich overnight. There are no fireworks, no dramatic Wolf of the Wall Street montages, and definitely no yachts appearing on your driveway. Unless you live really close to the water. But if you're consistent, those small, boring investments, they start growing. Slowly at first, but then they pick the pace really fast. Think of it this way. If you invested just $200 per month into an index fund with an average annual return of 10%, after 20 years, you wouldn't just have your money sitting there, you would have over $143,000 and inflation adjusted, that would still be over $100,000 while you invested only $48,000. And all you did was show up every month with your little $200 like a loyal gym buddy who never misses leg day. And for those who think that's a very long time, yeah, that's how it works. You start by contributing a small amount, making minimal sacrifices to your current life while securing your financial future. Then years down the road, when you check back your retirement fund, you will realize that your contributions made up only about 20 to 30% of the entire fund. But it grew into something much more bigger and making you a lot more comfortable. So no wild bets, no chasing hot tips from that one cousin who definitely knows a guy. Just small, steady investments made over time. Boring? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. And hey, boring is actually good, at least when it's making you money while you are doing anything you want. Now, this word consistency is not just about stacking cash or growing your retirement fund. This one habit applies to every part of your life. So let's move on to consistency in career and growth. Showing up consistently day in and day out, what actually gets you that promotion? Probably not going full superhero mode for a week and then disappearing like a magician at a kid's birthday party. And from my next trick, I'll vanish from all my responsibilities. And if you feel like you worked really hard but you didn't get that deserved promotion and now you're thinking about quitting your 9 to 5 and starting your own business, That's a cool idea, but your business is not gonna blow up overnight unless you're selling some kind of magical get rich quick fairy dust. And if you are, hit me up. I need some of that too. So first, you have to plan your business. Then you have to work on it. You have to put in the hours and start delivering value, whether it's a product, service, or that $1 million idea you thought of in the shower. It's gonna start off really slow, like a toddler learning to walk, and it's gonna take time before it's big enough for you to confidently say, yeah, I can quit my 9 to 5 now. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with 9 to 5. Without 9 to 5 jobs, most big businesses would not exist today. Not because they wouldn't have employees, of course, but a lot of big businesses were actually built by those people who worked 9 to 5. For example, Phil Knight was an accountant at Coopers and Lybrand and then Price Waterhouse. He started selling Japanese shoes from his car, and eventually he launched his own brand called Nike, while still working on his day job. Steve Wozniak was an engineer at HP and he built the first Apple computer while working at HP. Kevin Systrom worked at Google as a product manager. He built a photo sharing app in his free time and it was sold to Facebook for $1 billion, and you know that app as Instagram. And I can keep going, but you get the point. So don't blame 9 to 5s anymore. Anyways, yeah, I got a little carried away there, but here's the truth. If something is easy to learn, chances are it's easier for everyone else too. That means you are replaceable. And when you are replaceable, well, you're not gonna get paid like a superstar. The solution is pretty simple. Pick something you're passionate about and just keep doing it over and over and over again every day with the mindset of improving just a little bit more than yesterday. Look at football or soccer, depending on where you're from. I hate having to say both, but here we are. Let's settle this once and for all. Is it football or is it soccer? Drop your answers and let me know where you're from. There are thousands of players out there, but not everyone's pulling in money like Messi and Ronaldo, right? Why? Because they're not just great, they are irreplaceable. They became brands, not just for their teams, but for entire league and probably for the game itself. If those two stopped playing today, their clubs would lose millions in merch sales, TV ratings would nosedive, and honestly, people like me would stop caring about football altogether. I mean, I grew up watching them. Without these two goats, it's like pizza without cheese. Guys, we all know there's only one code and it's... That's the level you want to reach in your own field. Be so consistent and so good that replacing you is not an option. That's what makes you valuable. At the end of the day, it's very simple. Be consistent, work on your skills, don't stop until you're the Messi or Ronaldo of whatever it is you're doing. Even if it's something super niche like competitive cup stacking. I mean, greatness is greatness. Now, question for you guys. Is consistency really more important than talent, or do you think raw talent can outshine hard work? Let me know what you think and I'll probably debate. Now, moving on to consistency in health. The same consistency applies to your health too. Yeah, fitness. Everyone's favorite topic right after skipping leg day. Here's the deal. You can't just hit gym once every couple weeks, grind 4 to 5 hours doing every exercise known to the humankind and throw in some intense cardio and follow super clean diet for 2 whole days and then expect to be in superhero shape. If it worked that way, I would probably be flexing on a stage at a professional bodybuilding competition by now because I've been to gyms. Enough, I think. But yeah, that's not how it works. You actually need a lot less effort than you think, but way more consistency. Start small, hit the gym 3 to 4 days a week, spend about an hour there, and stick to simple routines. If your goal is to lose weight, it's really just about eating fewer calories than your body burns. That's called being in a caloric deficit if you haven't heard about it. It does not matter if you're doing intermittent fasting, blending all kinds of berries that exist into your smoothie, or flexing your flax seeds on Instagram stories. None of it will matter if you're not in a caloric deficit. Just pick a routine and a diet that's easy for you to stick with and be consistent with it. Life is too short to completely give up on sugary treats or junk food. Go ahead and enjoy them once in a while, but on those days, just balance it out by cutting back on other meals to help stay within your caloric deficit overall. You just have to be a little careful because those junk foods are easier to overeat, which can increase your caloric intake. That's why you need to keep that balance. Life is all about trade-offs. And yeah, the scale might spike here and there, but that's normal. Focus on long-term results instead of crash diets to lose dozens of pounds in a week, which leaves you feeling like sluggish sloth, only to realize that all you lost was water weight which your body was hoarding because of your previous eating habits. Now, guys, tell me something. Is skipping leg day a crime or a survival strategy? Be honest, no judgment. Okay, maybe a little judgment, so drop your take on this in the comments and we'll discuss about that. So the takeaway is you can hustle hard, invest big, work longer hours, or go on a hunger strike for days. But if you're not consistent, none of it will stick. Consistency turns small efforts into massive results over time. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up every single time. You know, once a great man said, the term extraordinary, it's just a myth. It just means doing ordinary things consistently over and over again. That's me. I said that in one of my videos because success is not a sprint. It's just a really slow, kind of boring marathon where the finish line moves every time you blink. And if you're stuck in a minimum wage job, watch this video to learn the step-by-step process for moving from minimum wage to earning six-figure income. So let's jump on that one and I'll see you there.